We're live. Welcome to Living Out Louder, episode 6, The Vibration of Gratitude. I am your host, Dave Vargas, emanating from New Bedford, Massachusetts. Tonight, I have with me from the West Coast, the founder of Spirituality Gone Wild and Gratitude Alchemist, known lovingly as Debbie G. I have with me tonight Debbie Garcia. Hi, Debbie.
Holy cow, I am loving you right now. Yes. Thank you, Dave. One of my favorite people in this world, one of my favorite hosts on Spirituality. Well, you're all my favorite hosts on Spirituality Gone Wild. But tonight, yeah, the vibration of gratitude. If you weren't in gratitude, you're going to be in gratitude when we are done. Dave, I'm so stoked to be here, and I'm going to let you run the show. So I'm going to let you ask the questions. He can ask me anything. All things are open.
Absolutely. I wanted to touch upon that because you're heavily involved with that. And but what I wanted to really get out, as I was alluding to, this is vibration of gratitude. I wanted to give some gratitude towards you, appreciation. I was starting to mention this. You're the very reason why I have that show and the trajectory that I'm on right now, as we were talking and forming the friendship, and how you wanted me to start doing some things for you and with you. And you mentioned, hey, I think you really should start doing a show. And what's funny, a lot of people may not know, I actually, on my goal list for 2019 that I wrote in December of 2018 was explore starting to do a podcast. So when you started throwing all these queries my way, I was like, yes, and yes. It was, of course I will do that, because I'm supposed to. So thank you. Thank you. I'm very grateful for you. Beyond. But I'm very curious as to how did you start forming Spirituality Gone Wild? Where did that all come from, that idea to even do that?
I love that question. Well, I'm going to address two things. One, I want to step into my gratitude moment there, Dave, for the acknowledgement and the recognition that you've given me on this journey. I'm going to tell you all something. Here's how this looks. I'm on Facebook doing my Debbie thing. All right. I see this guy float by, and I'm like, whoa. So I did like a quickie stop, and I'm like, okay, I'm loving what he's throwing down. I'm just like, this guy, wow. And then not only are his memes great, his posts are phenomenal, but then I heard him live, and I went, oh, hot diggity damn. Because you did something, I saw it. Did you do a live yet, or was it just when I talked to you?
It could have been.
You've done a small couple of them, right?
Yeah. More than likely, yes.
No, I know I heard you. Now, I'll tell you guys something. So spirit pops in me and says, friend this dude and get him on SGW. And I already knew in that very moment, Dave.
Yes.
I already knew. I'm like, this guy's a rock star. I want him on the team. Why? Because you bring forward badassery. You're a warrior. Woo! Warrior! Yes. Amazing warrior, who I just instantly, Dave, I was just full of mad respect and honored. Just like, I love what you're doing.
Yes.
So I appreciate all of the kudos that you give me, because edification's a big deal, dude. I was just saying to John, maybe I should start an edification challenge, because it feels so good to receive, but it also feels so good to give. It's like up leveling gratitude and taking it to a whole new level is when you actually edify someone like you just did with me. But I got to tell you, all of this is is your willingness to show up, Dave, and say the sacred yes, and really trust in that you're here to do, and you're rocking it, man. It's just as simple as that. And I'll get into SGW in a second, but I got to tell you, I love you and thank you.
Yes, I love you too. I'm very grateful for you. And it was intuition, and it's, if anyone's listening, that's an example of divine timing. We stop ourselves before we actually decide to do something, because our logical mind, the intellect, gets in the way, and we think we have to figure out how to do it before we decide that we're going to do it. We'll only do things if we know we can do it. And we're blocking the special powers that we have within inside us. And we don't need to know the how. We just need to know the what, and the resources and the people and the events will come into your life to fulfill that vision. And you were that linchpin and that person that made the trajectory of where I am right now happen. So thank you.
Bite my lip there, Dave. I'm not gonna cry.
No.
My heart is just so full. Bite my lip.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay. All right. I love you, but actually, it's a perfect segue. It's a perfect segue, Dave, into SGW, how it was created, where this all came from. And it's really, actually, it's quite simple. The how becoming the wow. The how, let go of the how and watch the wow. So back in the day, I had this awesome friend who was on this earth, Bob Miller. And he was the gratitude guru, practice gratitude success. And we would talk about, this is like 5 years ago. We'd just be sitting there, talking about everything, all this trippy shit, we're going into alien versus mysteries to the nth degree, spending like a ton of time on the phone and talking about all these ways that creation could be possible. And I'm into some crazy shit. I'm about rock and roll, spirituality, and sparking the G vibe and making shit pop. And I love anything that's just bizarre, weird, and out there. So one day we're talking and I said, holy crap. I said, Jesus, Bob, I'm like spirituality gone wild. And he goes, what'd you just say? And I said, I'm like spirituality gone wild. And he goes, you're onto something. And I said, oh, wait, hang on 1 second there. Ooh, I am. It's like spirituality gone wild. Wild, wild west, wild, wild west. Breaking open the new frontier to be free. And I've had people go, well, like girls gone wild. And I'm like, I'll tell you something. What's meant for our harm is turned for our good. Spirituality gone wild. Poem in a freaking nutshell. And the visions kept coming after this, Dave. Yeah. They just kept coming. And what I kept seeing was this platform where all these cool people who are doing really awesome work can be seen, and where we could just keep co-creating together in this huge, gigantic community as a collective in the state of compersion, which is celebrating each other. And I see all this stuff, and I see stages, and I see this rock and roll aspect to it that just gets that vibe in there and raises it up. And I'm loving all this. And I'm sitting there going, I sat on this for like a good year, because Bob passed away probably about 6 months later. Wow. And that's about the time I met Karen Palmer, who's the co-founder.
Yeah.
So then I'm sitting on it, not doing a damn thing, thinking that I had to have this in place, this in place. How am I going to do it? That kept me locked down. but who's good? Who kept me locked down? All of the questions that come into play when we know that we're here to do something, but yet we don't have these resources in front of us and we don't have enough faith or surrender to allow it. Well, I was there. And finally one day, talking to Terry Miller and to Karen Palmer, I think I talked to Karen Palmer right after this. I sat back and I clearly hear a message. Would you start the page already? Okay. Just
start
would you
it.
do it? Just start it. And I'm like, fine, I'll just start it with my little cocky attitude. Because yes, you guys, I give spirit totally. You don't, it's not reserved for the human. And so I'm like, all right. So, all right, fine. I'm just going to do that. So here we are. We're 2 years later. We've had phenomenal hosts. We have you in place. We've got Jay Rothman. We've got John Fiore. We've got me. We've got Karen Palmer. And Elizabeth is going to be starting soon. We have really great dynamic hosts. We've seen David Strickle, the Stream of David, but also all the guests. We've had some extraordinary people. Some people that are super well known, Dave, huge known, and other people who nobody knows. And you know what? They're all the same to me, and they're all the same all over the spectrum. We are all here doing this awesome work because we've decided to say that we say, okay, I'm going to say the sacred yes. And you know, and I know, Dave, that's a scary place to be sometimes when we say the sacred yes, but it's exciting.
Yes, it's very exciting, and that's what we have to trust in, and that's. By the way, Karen's amazing. I just wanted to say that. Every time I see her, hear her, I feel like infinitely more kinder and amazing every time I hear her speak. So I just wanted to say that real quick. Yes, we talk ourselves out of it instead of giving thanks for the creative gifts that we have and trusting in that. And as you said, trust and surrender and allow and let the universe do its work, do the magic instead of us controlling it, putting a tight grip on it, our expectations when they're coming and how it will come.
I love that. Our expectations on it, Dave.
Yeah, it was when I want it and how it should come. And it's not going to come. There's that gestation period. It has to, it doesn't take long for bad things to happen. There's no big plans that have to be arranged. It's just going to happen. It doesn't need a big plan. It's the good stuff that we're visioning for has to rearrange. People have to move over here and meet this person, and so the checkers on the chessboard has to rearrange. It has to be divine time, and it has to gestate, and we have to let the universe do its work. Do that, and that's
and our job is to say, show up.
And our job is what?
Our job is to say yes and show up.
Yes, absolutely. Just show up, be the embodiment of the vision that we have. That's the true faith. Faith is the loyalty to the unseen reality. I always love that every time I hear it or say it. Reminds me of the
I love that too.
The invisible power that we have. And that was the theme, the thread of the show, vibration of gratitude. How did you get involved with the alchemy work that you do. How did that come about?
Another good one. I freaking love that. So first, I'll talk about how I got into it, well, which is life experience.
Yes.
But alchemy, spiritual alchemy, is to go from the lead of the body, or the heaviness, which is the ego, to the alchemic process of turning ourselves into the spiritual gold that we are. Okay? So we go from the lead of the body, we beautifully transform into that gold, that beautiful nectar of the beautiful spirit that we are. So that's the spiritual alchemic process in a nutshell. How did I get there? Through a whole lot of different doors, but discovering that until I got into pure appreciation for life, that it just was, nothing else was working. Gratitude is the alchemic process. It's not coming out, Dave. And the reason gratitude is alchemy is this: we're taking the lead of the body, right? And we're taking that ego. So we're taking that which isn't working for us. And we'll all pretty much, I'm sure everybody's with me on, most of the time when you're coming from ego, it's probably not working, other than to getting gratitude for that moment, because it just showed you something about yourself that's real, true, and it allows you to grow and expand to do what? To find gratitude in it, to find what's good in it, and then convert it. It automatically shifts to becoming the spiritual gold within. And how does that happen? It happens with life and experience, and with having my heart busted, broken open like a motherfucker, like sitting back and having it completely, feeling like you're flatlined in life. It comes from being a really good victim. It came from winning Oscars as a codependent victim. It comes from all of those beautiful pieces of me that I didn't want to love, and learning how to love myself, but using this process of what is good, instead of what sucks. This all sucks, and I hate this, and this is bad, and that is bad. And no, it's a shift. So gratitude is the ability. It gives you the shifting ability, and it's a perspective shift. I am the same girl, this body. I mean, there's some improvements, mind you, but the point, but I'm still Debbie.
Yes.
Just with different perspective. Body. I didn't need to change my voice, eyeballs. It's all there. I wasn't broken, and I didn't need to be fixed. But man, my old belief systems were not working. And you always know when they're not working, when you've got confusion coming out of your ears, and most of the time it's because you're looking at something else, someone else, and being in your victim. Can you believe this happened to me? Oh my God. Well, yeah, I probably can, because just how you're saying it, because I've been there and I've done that, and that shit didn't work. You know what it got me more of this. Oh my God, can you believe this one now? Yep, I can.
Yeah.
I can, because I was there and I did that. And you know what I got? More of that shit. It wasn't until I shifted. How is this working for me? This thing that looks so stinking ugly right now. And I don't want to like any part of this. Where's that silver lining? Where is that moment that you can look at with such appreciation, such acceptance, that you can embrace it?
Yes.
The moment that you can sit back and look at any transgressor you've ever had and say, hot diggity damn, I'm in gratitude. I wouldn't be who I am today without it. And how does that all work? Because it has shifted me to be who I am today. Taking back my personal power gratefully.
Mm-hmm. And so I'm
That's
sure.
a long explanation.
Right. Well, I mean, it's needed. It's transgressors or anything like that, anyone that's experienced, whether it's a people, places, or events that we don't like, or we're taking a personal attack from it. It's not a personal attack. It's just an opportunity to learn more about why is this bothering me? Why, how can I turn this into love, into gratitude, into appreciation? Absolutely turn that lead into gold, transmuting the energy that's being put, the perpetual energy that was being sent to us, and putting it out on a more beautiful, higher frequency. You know, and that's beautiful.
Absolutely.
Anyone that's listening,
Mhm.
this is, everything is vibrating with this energy, this oneness that everyone wants to talk about is not only vibrating, but it's vibrating at a frequency. Everything is. And the higher frequencies to tap into the potential and the power and the grace is gratitude, love, appreciation, calling upon more of that to come into our existence. That's beautiful.
Mm.
That's beautiful. It's another reason why, people that should learn more about that gratitude, alchemy, and, sparking your vibe, rock your spark, and right.
Yep.
And because when we're chronically on the opposite coin, chronically thinking of lower emotions of anger, resentment, or jealousy, we're calling upon now the lower vibrations that bring on disease, destruction, and we're miscreating. So it's important to know about this type of stuff, and to the people that are pointing it out and offering it and sharing it and giving it and being a beacon of that you are in spades. And
You know how I got there?
yes. Oh, yes, you do, in
You know,
spades. It's just emanating. So that came about, and when did you start sharing that with people? When did you start offering this as a healing, remedy for people that are feeling a little bit off their path, or needed that spark, that higher frequency?
I love that. Great question. First off, Sparky G vibe is your gratitude vibration. That came out of my mouth. I was talking about gratitude and the fact that there's this vibration. I'm like, it's just like the spark, spark your G vibe. You just want to spark your G vibe. And of course, it sounds like spark your G spot. And so everybody laughs. And if you Google it, the vibrators come up, and it's just freaking hilarious. My kids were having a field day with that one. But so how does the well, it's true. So it was I had the blessed pleasure of working with Terry Miller, who brought forward this healing modality called Time Heals. And after enough sessions, and I became a trainer, I became a practitioner. And then I went to Florida and I did a training seminar with 12 women and one guy in person for a weekend, and became a master trainer. Karen is also. So that was like really diving in and learning how to work with energy. And then after that, I did Reiki. And then after that, through all of my research, because see, I love to discover things, but also I get it downloaded, and now it's converted into this healing modality that I call Rock Your Spark. And this is the healing portion where we do our soul reemergence. We go quantum quantum plane. Okay, I know you guys, if you aren't into the quantum field, you're going to be like, what is the hell is she talking about? Well, I'll take you on after we go through a healing of your chakras, and I tickle your toes, I put you in a bubble, and then I take you on this, they'll call it a guided meditation, and you float off into the ethers with me, and we just float around, and we connect with remembering who you are, as well as reconnecting with their highest version of yourself and integrating the energy, bringing it back down into your body. And then talking about the messages that are coming through for you so that you can be the best version of yourself possible. Even though you're the best version of you could be right now in this moment. But I mean, I'm hoping for myself tomorrow I'm a better version of me. So that's one. But one of the most dynamic things that happened to me, Dave, is I'll tell you what, was my decision to be single. After 13 years in a relationship, I said, I really need to not be in one.
Yes.
And then I found Scott Katamas and Emily Ora and compassionate communication and Marshall Rosenberg's work, nonviolent communication. For the last 2 years, I've had Scott to mentor me. I've taken relationship essentials. I've got dove deep into love coaching, dove deep. And even though I already took other coaching certificates, this is the one that this is the holy grail one that I'm like, yeah, I want to be a love coach. And what it is, because let me tell you guys, the real shift in my life came with this. How do we go from the lead of the body to our gold, the gold of our spiritual self?
Right.
Well, we do this shift, and the shift is to go from blame, shame, criticism, judgment, all of those thingies, and shift it over to the willingness to be curious. What's real for the other, to open our expanded hearts, to be accepting of people right where they're at and stop trying to fucking change them.
Yes.
Break codependent skills right there in a nutshell. Appreciating them, recognizing them. Notice I'm not saying validate, acknowledge them. Don't make them wrong. And just and reassure them they're being heard and seen and that they feel important and all of those things that are so vital. What were my needs even 2 years ago after deciding to stay single? I still didn't know. And I'm still learning every day how to maneuver that emotional skill every freaking day. And then there's also Dave Strickle, the Taya Boot Camp, Trust Your Abundance. Totally driving in. I was already working the emotional scale, but now he took it to another level too. So what I'm hoping all of you are hearing with me right now is, oh, it's not just one thing. No. Then there's John Fiore, who's done EFT work with me and really helped me to understand how important that it is to move the energy in your body that's stuck it. Or well, you think that's stuck it. You just got to unstick it. And that's what the healing sessions I do actually. We unstick it things.
Yes. Brand new perspective.
But the most important part of what I do is that I love. Yep. Okay. There.
Beautiful. Beautiful. And yeah, so offering a brand new perspective, because I'm having that right now on our page, Spirituality Gone Wild, and and some others, and they're saying I'm stuck. What do I do? My life is in a bad place right now. What can they do to start changing that? Start changing that energy. How what would be their first
decide to?
Yeah.
Decide to make a damn decision. See, what happens is you hear this, Dave, all the time. I'm trying to do this, and I'm trying to do that, and I'm trying to do this. Trying's fucking lying. If you're trying, you're lying. You're either doing or you're not doing. And I want to say that because I can see the comments. So guys, check it out. And Deborah, I love your question. I want to address that if that's all right with Dave.
Yeah.
And it's 4:44 here And it's 4:44 here in San Diego, California, where it is bright and sunny today. Can I tell you, that's just an angelic confirmation like Dave's feather.
Yes.
We'll tell you about that feather in a minute.
Yeah.
But we only have 15 minutes because John's going to be on at 5.
Yep.
Okay. So what do I tell them to do? I tell them, well, first off, you're right, Leanna. You are healing yourselves. Am I actually healing you? No. Go do yourselves a favor and read or listen to You Are the Placebo by Dr. Joe Dispenza. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Do yourselves a favor and do that. Understand and learn. No, I'm not healing anybody. Okay, what we are doing is we've entered into an agreement. Like if we were in prayer, you guys all remember we're praying. It's the same. We're praying. We're connecting with spirit, but we're in agreement as a unit to combine our energies. You're in an agreement to allow the releasing to happen. If you don't believe it, it's not going to, because you have to have the belief system within you. So I am magical for sure, just because I am, but I'm just as magical as everybody else. And there's nothing special about me, period. And yes, Joe Dispenza, baby. That's right. So when somebody says, how do I begin? You begin by making a decision that what you're doing isn't working and you need to do something different. You book sessions with me, you book sessions with Dave, you book sessions with whoever you resonate with, and you get yourself in front of them. You throw in as many healing modalities and tools and workshops and anything you can get your little hands on to put into your toolkit to live the life that you are meant to live. But it starts with making a choice, making a simple freaking choice. That's not working. I think I'll do it different.
Yes. And nobody that has done any significance in our lifetime has ever done it on their own. Nobody. Not even any success stories that we may call upon always had help. And in fact, the elite still has a coach, a guide, a mentor to keep us accountable and on track. And there's nothing wrong with, because we all want to make sure that we're upgrading our phones, cars, upgrading things that we don't keep, that things that just we're going to replace. When you upgrade your mind, that stays with you forever. As they say, once your mind is stretched by a new idea, it never returns to the same dimensions. That stays with you forever. And ignorance is ignorance is the only thing that we ever have to come across. It's our awareness of what's possible and what we can do to change that. And so, yes, and it's by programs like this and things on Spirituality Gone Wild that you can raise your consciousness and your awareness of who you are and what's possible.
Yeah, I'm loving you. You're a rock star. But then I knew that. Yes. I knew that, Dave.
You knew that because you're a rock star. You're a rock star, the rock star. So this is how I'll wrap it up. Then I wanted to, ask 3 questions. That's what I do at the end of every. What has been your all-time? You go to you've read a lot of good books. This may be on your top 10 list, but what is your all-time favorite book of all time that you'll just go, that's it? I love this book.
The 4 Agreements, Don Montgomery's.
Very good. Yeah, I just had a friend talking to me about that the other day. Yeah, that's an excellent book, The 4 Agreements. And what has been, you were talking about Bob and Scott and so many others. Now, this person doesn't have to even be someone that you physically met. It could be anybody, virtually. who has been the most impactful teacher in your life that has taught you so much that you still go back to and say, "Ooh, this is that opened your mind up, opened that can up, and said, whoa."
That's a biggie.
It is a big one.
Gosh.
Promise the last question is even better.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to go with who I began with, and that's Dr. Wayne Dyer. And I still use his meditation today, especially his later stuff. But his teachings of the Tao, change your thoughts, change your life. Extraordinary work. That man did extraordinary work. I have a ton, but Wayne Dyer rocked. He still rocks. He's just not physically rocking.
I'm gonna tip my keyboard here, and my finger is pointing to a picture of Wayne Dyer right there in the orange next to the Boston Red Sox hat, best baseball team ever. But yeah, he's my number one. That's why I have a little picture of Wayne Dyer right up there, up on my sacred shelf of things. And yes, he was an incredible man, that he brought all of this Eastern and Western philosophy and everything, and brought it to us in layman's terms. I sometimes still, as he felt others, I still feel him around me sometimes, urging me along, and saying that that was what the feather was about. But last question, not so much who's your favorite artist, but what is the best musical performance that you saw in person that just lit you up like the 4th of July on steroids? You were like, wow.
Oh, Chimney freaking Cricket. Seriously, dude?
Yes.
Oh my God. Which genre?
Anything.
I'm a music freak.
I know.
Oh, shit.
That's why I was dying to find out. Of all time. Like, this is just, I'm in the presence of greatness. People allowing and trusting and just digging in their soul and just went for it.
We're talking music?
Yes.
Okay. Geez, Jiminy Crickets. Because, I mean, I'm torn. Can I have two top ones?
Well, yes, you could have two top. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Okay, because I got to tell you, it had to be Robert Plant and Jimmy Page in 1988 when I was 9 months pregnant with my son. It was an outdoor concert. But I'm going to tell you what, there's nothing like Robert Plant live. Whoo, doggy. Something else. Al Green live. Not even, I can't even describe that. That's like crazy right there. It's some crazy shit. And let's see. I have a list a mile long. It's probably safer to ask me who I haven't seen. But my third on this list has got to be Cats, the musical. I saw it twice, and it's back out again. Who's coming to California to take Debbie to see Cats?
That's awesome. I love that. Robert Plant, Jimmy Page, Al Green, and Cats. It's that you can't get better than that. I love Zeppelin. I love them so much that just you can't get better than that. But well, I did want to thank you so much, and I wanted to give you send you so much appreciation, so much gratitude for being who you are. And I wanted to give my gratitude to everyone around the world that's watching us right now on Spirituality Gone Wild, over our watch party and everyone that watches on the replay. You know, I'm very grateful for each and every one of you. You're beautiful people.
I love that. I want to thank you, Dave, for saying yes and for showing up and bringing your spark of the divine to Spirituality Gone Wild and bringing it to everybody here. I'm going to be back on again at 7 o'clock. John Fiore's getting ready to pop on here. Well, wait, 7 o'clock my time. So that's in 2 hours, guys. I'm going to be on live with Scott Katamas, who's my mentor, because we're doing a Love Coach Academy workshop. Did you know that?
I didn't. I think I heard something about it, but yes.
People are, we're going to have some more people coming forward as love coaches very soon. And I'm going to anchor in my love coach capabilities and improve them and all of this great stuff. So 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Join us. If you're on this replay and you want to book with Dave or I, and you don't know how to get a hold of either one of us, just hit us up on Spirituality Gone Wild. Just hit the message, or Dave Vargas, just hit his, or Debbie G, Gratitude Alchemist. You can find me. What is the name of your page? Living Out Louder, right?
Yes. Yes.
Living Out Louder. So thank you to everybody who's been on here. You know something, Dave? Yeah. You are dynamite. And girls, isn't he hot? Now I'm like way older than him, so I can say this because like he's a baby to me. But ladies, look at this guy. And you're single, right?
I am at the moment.
Y'all hear that?
At the moment, that may change, but we'll see. Well, who knows? You never know.
Oh my God, are you an at the moment?
I'm just being an optimist. I'm future visioneering right now. I'm visioneering, and so if anyone to cap off, because John will be coming on shortly, to tap into that great gratitude alchemy, that's the law of increase. And if you want to increase anything in your life right now, stop praising it, and you'll get more of it. It's law. It will come to you, but stop praising, gratitude, and appreciating. All right. Thanks again, Debbie. Have a great night. We will talk soon and do this again. Thank you.
I loved it. It was rad. Bye. I love you guys.